someone I absolutely adore. He's become a very good friend and had no idea that we were going to be friends because I didn't know I was going to be joining his amazing company with him. And he has been inspiring to so many. He's sold over 4,000 homes. He is someone who's helped generate billions of dollars in sales, and he's a husband, amazing husband to Kathy Gove, who I absolutely adore more. Sorry, Brent. And we have he's got 8 children, 5 of his own, 3 are adopted, and he's been a mentor. He's got infectious energy. He loves people. He leads with his heart. When you guys finish this first speaker, you're going to feel like, wow, I get this. This is Brent Gove. I want to welcome him to the stage. He's amazing. He's got tons of energy. He's going to bring it for you, and he's getting us going. Come on, Brent.
Oh, yeah, good to see you. All right. Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Woo! It is early here, man. Let me drag this thing over here. Get all fired up. You guys ready to go? Man, I got in late last night from Northern California. I was up at Lake Tahoe. Anybody know Lake Tahoe? The Sierra Nevada, beautiful. And then I got here late, little plane delay, then got up at 6 a.m. to hit the gym and get vitality flowing. And then I realized it's actually 3 a.m. for me. Woo. And so I've been pounding coffee all morning. I know you health, that's not good, too much coffee. Yeah, whatever. All right, now, let's get going. You guys ready? So what I'm going to do before I dive into my notes, just for those of you that don't know me, a little bit about my background, brief, I promise, but I took off for a little Bible college when I was 19 called Chico State in Northern California. In the 80s, it was the #1 party school in America. Yeah, baby. That is why I chose it, and played rugby in college. And then I was a dishwasher. Any dishwashers out there? Come on, anybody? Yeah. I was, you wussies, come on, admit it. Busboys, breakfast cook, window washer, aluminum can collector, newspaper collector, and I did whatever I had to do. Anybody mow lawns and we need to be scrappy? Well, let's hear it for the entrepreneurs, I took off at age 5. I'm moving out, mom and dad. No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. But, just kind of went through life, dropped out of college, and got into sales and did well. I'm personable. I like people. I'm motivated. Anybody feel that way? And so at 30, I got a call from a friend of mine, Darren. He goes, you should get your real estate license. You're energetic. You're a go-getter. You got some moxie. You don't like people telling you what to do. And real estate's perfect for you. You should do real estate. So I got real estate. Wasn't sure about it. And I was kind of half in, half out. Anybody put your big toe in the pool? It's better you just do the Acapulco high dive and go in. But I didn't do that. I sold 3 homes my first 6 months. Did not win Rookie of the Year. Didn't get Rookie of the Month. In fact, it was a big yawn. And then I kind of had a breakthrough moment with my broker. And I'm like, how do you do this? How do you tell me, how do I do this? Like, how do I figure out real estate? I'm that kind of person. And I go up to Tony Robbins, how do you do it? And he told me, he says, you got to get people in your car. You got to get them in your car, show property, and then they'll get excited and they'll want to make offers. That was it. That was the whole talk. Okay, get people in my car. Oh, I just went bankrupt and they repossessed the car. I don't have a car. It's kind of hard to do real estate when you don't have a car. Anybody relate? But anybody got a friend? I have a friend. And he gave me his truck, Silverado, maroon, big scar in the door. Like someone took a Scarface in the door. I used to hide that side of the truck. Anybody? I parked the good side in front of the clients. I'm like, hey, let's go look at property. Bench seat, right? The dude, I'm slobbering already. The dude, that's what you call people when you're from California. And his dudist, the wife, and then me. And I just put my arm around her. We're looking at property, man, all day. I sold 18 homes in that Silverado my first year. And then within a couple more years, I was selling 40 homes a year. And then I went on to sell 400 homes a year. And I know it's pretty exciting. Whatever. So who wants to know how to sell 400 homes a year? Anybody? Okay, so the first thing you got to do is put your phones on airplane mode, because success leaves clues, and I would go to events like this, and I put my phone on airplane mode, which is a total lie. We didn't even have phones back then. But anyways, if I had a phone in the Stone Age, it was 1999, we had this thing called Y2K. Anybody know Y2K? The world will end. Get Denny Moore beef stew. Get wood, get water, because your neighbors are coming for it. Get a shotgun. I'll blow you up my porch. We used to be friends, not anymore. Right? Is anybody like this? So everybody was fearful, and so be careful who you listen to. Is there drama going on in the world today? Either you live in fear or you live with courage. And people who get things done in their life have courage. And so what I did was I went to events like this, and I sat on the edge of my seat. I didn't sit back like this, motivate me. Arms crossed, eyes crossed, legs crossed, motivate me. Just leave, all right? I was on the edge of my seat. I'm taking notes. I'm like, I'm going to get something from this guy, Brian Buffini. Who's that? What a weird name. Tom Ferry, what's he got to say? I'm taking notes. Craig Proctor, #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. I'm taking notes. Like, I go to the top producer panel at the board. What's she got to say? What's he got to say? And I'm taking notes. I was always looking for the morsels. And that, my friend, is how you go from 40 to 400 sales a year. So the first thing I have on my notes up there, which are long gone, is #1, be a student of life. Everyone write that down. Be a student of life. And another way to put that is, how's your marriage? How's your faith? How are your finances? How's your family? How's your fitness? And are you having fun? The 5 F's, write this down. What, in my opinion, just mine, you don't have to have them, but I think the most important thing in life for me is faith. Okay, that's #1. #2 is what? Family. #3 is fitness. #4 is finances. That's where real estate comes in, your business. And #5 is fun. If you're all work and no play, you're going to burn out. Anybody agree with that? You ever feel like, I can't do one more day of real estate? That's because you're working 7 days a week. Get a hobby. I started doing golf 30 years ago. What is golf? You smash that little white ball, and then when it goes left into the weeds, you look for it. And you've now been transformed to a 4-year-old. And you're all looking, I found it. It's like an egg at Easter. You're so excited. But it's in this much weeds now. And then you're trying to hack it out of there. It's awesome. Anyway, so I've been playing golf for a long time. But how about you? Do you do yoga? Do you hike? Do you windsurf? Do you kite surf? Do you ride motocross? Do you fish? Do you hunt? What is your thing? You better have one or you'll burn out. So those are the 5 F's. But back to the student of life. Let's get focused in. We're here for a real estate conference. The way I went from 40 to 400 is I became a student of real estate. Write that down. Are you a student of real estate? What does that mean? I'm here, aren't I? You can be here, but then you're not. You're here maybe with a great attitude, like I was, or you're here with a bad attitude, like, who is this guy? What's he got to say? Who is she, the next speaker? Who are they? But you're coming what can I get from this? And you're just looking for a morsel. And that's how I did it, and things really went well for me in life. If you become a student of real estate, I want you to mentally say, I'm getting a degree in real estate. Write this down. How are you? That's weird. Anyways, I'm getting a master's degree in real estate. I'm getting a PhD. I really, really want you to take it serious. I did. And here's the deal. Here's the deal, not the dude. Here's the deal. If you build it hard, it's easy. Write that down. If I do this hard, it's actually easy. But if I poke it with the stick, Jay's back there, 80 sales a year, RE/MAX superstar right there. You never know who you're sitting by. And now he's got thousands and thousands of agents not because of him, because Ashley's so beautiful and amazing in his life there. He kissed her. Good move, Jay. Keep kissing her. But they're my friends in Puerto Rico. We live in the Caribbean today, evading taxes. It's great. Anyways, no one's here from the IRS, are you? Hey, you wrote the tax code, Act 60. Watch it on YouTube. It's awesome. But here's the deal. You've got to become a student of real estate, and you got to want it so bad you can taste it, and all of a sudden it becomes fun. If you do it hard, it's easy. If you do it easy, it's hard. If you go all in, you get the pain over with. Or you kind of sort of in, and you live this life of quiet desperation. Like, I was made for more than this. Were you? I believe I was. I'm here to transform lives, not just make money for me and mine. I just want to do sales. I want to do any of that recruiting thing. I'm like, oh, will you help people? Yeah, no. I'm just here for me and mine. I'm not a recruiter. Oh, so you don't want to help people? Well, not that, but you just want to make money and go home. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, that's cool. But really, Coldwell Banker and Sotheby's and Compass and RE/MAX and Keller Williams and Berkshire Hathaway, these are people's last names. And they built companies, and they changed lives. And that's the kind of person. Anybody want to be that way, a life changer, a history maker? Write this down. A agent of change. That's kind of cool. A transformation expert. So that's what I'm all about. So number one is become a student of life and start studying real estate. Number two, back to my notes, is this: don't pay the dumb tax. Everyone write that down. I got that right from Tony Robbins. I'm a big Tony Robbins fan. What does that mean? It means emulate success. It means look at people in commercial real estate that are killing it. Find the most successful commercial agent, not a good one in North Dakota or Miami, but I mean the best one in the world, and study from them. What'd I do? Yeah. Thank you. Give him a hand. Right on, dude. Right on. He's with me. Okay, one down the road. I'll get you guys. But so I went in '99. I flew all the way to Toronto from California, 3,000 miles. I learned from the number one RE/MAX agent in the world. 148,000 RE/MAX agents. I learned from Craig Proctor, and he says you got to leverage through three things. Write this down. Whoa, I almost went off. Number one, you have to have a technology, a database, marketing. Number two, you need staff. You can't do it all. And number three, you gotta leverage through people. Have some buyer's agents, some showing agents, some listing specialists, those three things. That's kind of what I got out of his deal. So I went home and hired my first assistant, 20 hours a week, Sandra. And she stayed with me. I was, at the time, when you sell 48 homes a year, I was making about $400,000 a year. And she helped me build my company to over 400 sales a year, where I made $3.8 million. I went from 400 to almost 4 million. Is that good or bad? Is life all about money? No. But have you ever not had enough? I have. Not having enough. Now, it's a 5-letter word. It sucks. Right? I mean, when you don't have enough money to buy groceries. I was at The Rock, my church, and when I first got in real estate in '96, and Havilah gave me a check from The Rock of Roseville in Northern California, had Brent Gove on there. I open it up. I'm alone in the parking lot. She drives away in her convertible VW Bug. She was like 17. Her dad was the pastor. And it was a check for $100 to me, just to buy groceries for my kids. And we had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I bawled like a baby in that parking lot. I never forgot that. I know what it's like not to have enough money. And if you're there now, there's hope for you, man. You got to fight your way through it. But number two, the point was, don't pay the dumb tax. People have made it study, look, listen, be hungry, sit on the edge of your seat. In fact, right now, don't just watch me like, oh, because next week, 2 weeks, a month from now, hey, how'd you like that Brent Gove guy? I was somewhat entertaining. He was fun. He was interesting, passionate. Yeah, jumped up and down, pounded on a table, shook some poor dude in the front row, shook him his head, was doing this, But here's the deal. Well, what'd he say? Like, I don't really remember. See, I have many of these books. And I could tell you exactly what Dean Graziosi said, what Jordan Peterson said. I was hanging out with Jordan Peterson in Phoenix about 4 months ago. And then I take notes from my notes, and I take bullet points. I'm a note taker. Because write this down. Great ideas are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. You cannot remember everything that's going to be said here today, but if you take notes, see I have pages and pages of notes. This is my best. Like, my notes are sloppy, but then I asterisk, I circle, I highlight, do not forget this. It's kind of like your Bible. How's that like my Bible? My pastor Sam taught me this 40 years ago when I got saved and became a Christian in Chico. He said this: if you mess up your Bible, in other words, circle, underline, write thoughts like, wow, this blew my mind. You write that yeah, I write that in my Bible. He said, if you mess up your Bible, you won't mess up your life. Ooh, is that a good one? Some of you got some clean Bibles, man. You're like, ooh. Don't be having no clean Bible. You want a messy Bible. So don't pay the dumb tax. Look around and copy success. And I think that was my first breakthrough when I went from like 18 sales a year to 48 and went from 160,000 to 400,000. I copied a company that did open houses well. And I just copied them. I didn't come up with it. And I did what they did, and I have what they had. If you're in the crown molding business, I met a guy flying first class to Atlanta, and he was the #1 crown molding guy in Atlanta. I go, wow, how'd you do it? It was really easy, actually. We showed up early, not on time, and we stayed late. We did the job on time, every time, and word got out, and everybody referred us, and now I'm a multi-millionaire. And he'd only been doing crown molding for 12 years, and he took over the city of Atlanta. It was really simple. So if I was in the crown molding business, what would I do? Show up on time, not early. Complete the job on time. Be dependable, because in the trades business, sometimes the painter just doesn't show up. The drywaller just doesn't show up. The roofer, the electrician, you can't move forward. Are you with me? What's it got to do with real estate? I don't know. I like the story. Now, number 3. 3 rules of life. Tony Robbins taught me this. Number 3 rules of life. Number 1, life isn't fair. Just get over it. It rains on the just and the unjust. You're going to struggle. Number 2, you're entitled to nothing. In the United States today, people think they're entitled to health care. No, you're not. That's a Western thought. I'm entitled to an education. No, you're not. You're not entitled to a doggone thing. You ever meet people, teenage children, kids, that think they're entitled to a convertible and daddy's credit card? And it's disgusting. But as adults, we do the same thing. In life, you get what you work for. And number 3, no one's coming to rescue you. I'll say that again. Number 1, life isn't fair. Number 2, you're entitled to nothing. And number 3, no one's coming to rescue you. Once you make peace with those 3 things, you can get on with your life. You can boogie on down the road. Number 4, I only have 10 points here. Number 4, you ever seen a teenager with a bad attitude? Come on, you know what I mean? I've seen them take swings at teachers, talk up, smack back. They know everything. They know everything. They get a bad attitude. Is that serving them or hurting them? I think we can be that as adults. I don't care if you're 80 years old in this room. I know some 80-year-olds with a bad attitude. Anybody? 70-year-olds. I'm of one political persuasion. We all have our thoughts. I won't get into that here. My wife's mom's husband, they got married after we got married, is of another political persuasion, like polar opposite of me. I'm talking to him in his garage, and he's cleaning his gun. He's got bullets in his gun there. He goes, I'm not kidding. If we weren't related, I would shoot you right now. He said that to me. I go, you serious? He goes, I absolutely would pull the trigger. That's my family. All right, so where does this fit? He had a bad attitude, man. I don't want to kill anyone who doesn't agree with me politically, right? I think that's crazy. You talk, you have ideas, you love each other, you try to learn from each other. I believe I can learn from the other side. And I believe the other side could learn from me. But if we just shut down and we get so violent, I'm going to shoot you. That doesn't work. Do we all agree? No knives. Okay, now, anyways. That wasn't in my notes. I'm going to drop that one. Okay, so, But I think we could be like teenage children, like a spoiled, rotten 9-year-old or a 14-year-old or an 18-year-old. And you got to cut it out. Your bad attitude, like, I think this market's going to be terrible. I think it's going to be great. You know what I think? I think we're going to come out of this market 6 to 12 months, maybe 18. I'm so excited about the future. I think it's going to be an amazing economy. And you're going to say, I really, really believe that. But you may be hanging out with people like, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. That's what they said in 99. That's what they said. And I remember in 79, my mom and dad were both real estate brokers. They're first generation, I'm second generation, my daughter's a third generation. Don't you have any boys? I do, they're not that smart. Anyway, so first generation, second generation, I have 8 kids, all girls, but 4 boys. Now, anyways, so where am I going with this? I remember in 79, interest rates hit 19, 20, 21%. I remember there not being enough food in the pantry for my buddies. We play basketball in the backyard. My mom's like, we wiped out the pantry one day, like 8 of us, teenage boys, freshmen in high school. We completely ate all the Denny Moore beef stew, all the Apple Jacks, all the peanut butter and jelly, the Wonder Bread. Like, your mom bought that crap? She was a real estate broker. Yes. That's supposed to be funny. Anyway, so there wasn't like all these health things. There was no Whole Foods. It was Wonder Bread, you know? Okay, never mind. But they'll be like, what's Wonder Bread? You're young. All right. So, but she said, go eat at Carrick's house. His mom was the principal of our high school, and she got a solid paycheck. And, you know, there's the real estate agent's life. It can be, I'm excited, I'm depressed. I'm excited, I'm depressed. I'm excited, I'm depressed. Why are you excited? I got a home in escrow, 2 or 3 or 5 or 10. Why are you depressed? They all closed. Right? Anybody close your last escrow and your sweetheart, you give her a check, or your husband or your wife, and they go, this is awesome. This $9,000 is for, I'm going to pay off this credit card. I'm going to get caught up over here. We're going to do this. This is awesome, honey. When's your next one closing? And you're like, ain't got one. Like, if I don't sell a home in the next month, it takes me a month and a month to close, and it's like 2 months. We got no income for 2 months. Let's have a party. Woohoo! Love real estate. Do you know that you can have transactions closing every week? You know that you can have peace in real estate? And I'm gonna help you get there, but let's keep moving. So how do you get there? Well, first, you really got to focus on having a good attitude. I'm a golfer. Remember I told you I'm a golfer? The hole's here, I'm here, and I'm putting, and all I can think of is, I'm going to miss this. Is that helpful? Any athletes here? When you're shooting a free throw, you're like, don't embarrass yourself, don't embarrass yourself, don't embarrass yourself, right? Maybe you're at the circus, the state fair, you know, they got hoops, everyone's watching, you're like, oh, that looks really hard. Like, don't airball, right? Just miss with class. Is that helpful? Is that what? No, it's not helpful. Someone's like, yeah, that's helpful, miss with class. Would Michael Jordan, nothing but net. Who's that guy? Tiger Woods? It's going to go left, and it's going to go right, it's going to go back left, and it's going to drop. He's thinking it's going in. I got to admit, when I have a 40-footer, I'm like, just get close enough to hopefully make the next one. I'm still working on it. But back to my 4-foot putt, Winchester, I'll never forget it. I'm here, I'm trembling. Because if you're really into it, you're just really into it. And sure enough, I hit the edge, and it threw my ball 6 feet that way. Now it's even further. You get some, and then I missed that one. And now I'm this far for a 3-putt, but I'm so disturbed that I'm 3-putting from 5 feet that I'm shaking, and I missed that one. I 4-putted from here, but it was all because I said you're going to miss. Some of you show property, and you're like, I'm going to miss. What do you mean? I don't say that. Yeah, you do. You say, I'll probably go out with them for the next half a year to a year. They'll probably end up buying new construction. I won't even get paid. Some stupid RE/MAX agent will steal my client in 3 months or 8 months, or EXP agent or Compass agent. You can't trust a Compass agent. It's your attitude. You're like a spoiled, rotten teenager. You got to get a hold of that thing. So how do you get a hold of your attitude? How do you get a hold of your attitude? Well, write this down. Number 5, proximity matters. Who you're hanging out with matters. I hang out with people that are excited about life. They're going to find a way. Even in a bad economy, they'll find a way. There are people having their best year ever in real estate right now. Why not you? Well, have you read the book Atomic Habits? No. I read Sports Illustrated. I read People magazine on all about Prince Harry and Meghan. And he showed up without Meghan. Wonder what that's about. You get any new listings? Oh, no. I'm not sure how to do it. Maybe you should quit reading People magazine and quit watching TMZ and stop watching Breaking Bad or whatever news show they have out. What you put in determines your output. When computers first came out in the 80s, they had this saying, G-I-G-O, garbage in, garbage out. But the good stuff, say your computer's like your mind, but the converse is true. Put the good stuff in, the good stuff comes out. So number 5, proximity matters. There's nothing more powerful to transform your life than getting the proximity of winners. People, I congratulate all of you. You came here today. There are people here that flew here from California. People flew here from Arizona, Miami. Give yourselves a hand. You came from all over. You said, I'm going to buy a ticket. Now, some of you know somebody bought your ticket. And you came because they bought you a ticket, and that's good. But you buy your ticket from now on. You show up and learn. I go into everything. Why Lopo, WCR, NAR, NALREP, ARIA, top producer panels, Howard Brinton, Star Power with Howard Brinton. I'm naming things that have gone and come, and I've been doing this 30 years. But I was the guy who went, and I went to Seattle, I went to Phoenix. Well, you could afford it. You don't know what I could afford. You don't know that I brought freaking granola bars and ate them. You don't know when I was in Monterey, I slept in my car because I couldn't pay for the hotel room. Don't tell me I could afford it. I knew this, though. When I couldn't afford to go is exactly why I need to go. Like, well, I can't afford to go to Miami next month. Their annual convention. It's once a year. I can't afford to go. If you can't afford to go, Southwest flight. Do you have Southwest around here? It's like, what, $29? No, it's more. It's $99. Okay, $99. You know, I know. Are you with me? That's why you need to go. And you need to go there and be hungry. And, well, I don't know anyone. Meet people. Meet the people at your table. Give referrals to each other. Change, grow. I got to pick up the pace. Got a few minutes left. So here we go. Proximity matters. Get in the right room. I paid $250,000 this year to be in a mastermind with Jordan Peterson, Andy Elliott, Tony Robbins, Gary Brecka, Pace Morby, all these people, there's billionaires in there. And I used to be 10,000, then 25, then 50. Now I can meet anyone in the world if you're willing to invest. I'm investing in my education. You with me? And then decided this year we re-upped it, so I just set another quarter, $500,000 in the past 12 months on my personal education. What are you investing in yours? And you're here, I congratulate you, you're doing the right things. Number 6, emulate success. We kind of already talked about that earlier. Number 7, write this down. Ready? Here's the magic, struggle. We all struggle. You think it's just you? I just told you, my wife's mom's husband would like to kill me if I wasn't family. That's his exact words. I could tell he meant it. Nice seeing him. I won't say his name, but nice seeing you. I'm out of here, you know. And so we all have our struggles. Health, cancer, medical, relational, emotional. We all struggle, man. And here's the deal. You gotta wanna win. You just have to win, but here's the key. Here's the key. You got to be willing to fail. You got to fail with velocity. You don't fail enough. Seneca noticed it thousands of years ago. He said this, life is not difficult because you do not try. It's because you do not try that life is difficult. It's like, well, I don't want to look stupid. You have to look stupid before you can look good. Go play tennis. Go play golf. Go snow skiing for the first time, snowboarding. It all feels uncomfortable and awkward. Ready? Here's the magic. Until it doesn't. And if you go play the guitar every day for an hour for the next 100 days, you're going to be awesome on the guitar. Why am I not a great guitar? Because I've never done that. There's no magic. There's just motion. Get in motion. I'm going to wrap up with this. Become a meaningful specific, not a wandering generality. Enough with this not being clear on what your target is, your objective. Sit down with a cup of coffee, a notepad, and go, what do I want out of this life? I want a better marriage. Then go to marriage counseling. My wife and I went Sunday. We've been fighting lately over one of my kids. Anybody have kids? You ever disagree about how to handle a situation? Did you admit you're fighting? You're our leader on that stage. I mean, your marriage isn't perfect? Nope. Your in-laws aren't perfect? Definitely nope. You struggle? Yes. You go to marriage counseling 35 years later. She told me, I don't want to do it. I'm not sure this is the right couple for us. 90 minutes later, she's like, oh, that was so good. Because they had this 30,000-foot perspective. Because we have one particular 22-year-old child that, I hope he's not listening, she, he, whatever. Maybe they're 48. But we're disagreeing how to handle the situation. We got a situation. Anyone got kids? Anybody got a situation? I think we should go drop the hammer. Okay, I'm just going to admit it. And mom wants to be sweet and nice. And so it's a real situation. And we got so much help from the marriage counseling Sunday from 2 to 3:30. So it was awesome. But what do you want from your life? What do you want from your marriage? Don't settle for that marriage. Make it better. It can't. You just don't know my husband. You don't know my wife. I do. And you know what? They're not perfect. And neither am I, and neither are you. You're a piece of work. I'm a piece of work. So get really specific on what you want and go after it. Final thing I'll say is this. We do our premier event once a year. It's called Cabo 26. Any Cabo fans out there? Everyone says it's that we put on 55 events around the world. We'll be in Barcelona in a couple of weeks. We've been in Cape Town, 800 people showing up. In Honolulu, we now sell more real estate than any company in the world, in the Hawaiian Islands, and our events. But the premier event that people love is Cabo. Go to Miami. That's in October. I'll be there next month. I'm flying in from Puerto Rico. Let's hang out. Let's have coffee. Let's have lunch. I'm going to be networking, meeting people. I think I'm even doing a breakout on how to build a sales organization. If you don't know how to build a big sales organization, I'll be doing that. Next slide. It's a video. Watch this. Once a year. And it's not just a party. Turn up the music. Come on. Boring, very boring. So last year we had Ed Milet there. Anybody know Ed Milet? He just killed it, you know. This year Tom Ferry's coming, Pace Morby's coming. If you know Pace Morby, he's a legend. I think this man right there, it's the most profound thing I've seen in 30 years in real estate. Once you really begin to understand it, I just did one of his deals and made, I barely knew anything, said what he said to say, and made almost $1 million. And I don't even know what I'm doing. And so this man, you need to watch him on YouTube, study him. Tom Ferry, he's okay. Anyways, just kidding. He's amazing. He's the #1 trainer in America. He has 5,000 people come to his events. He's going to be there. Glenn Sanford, Leo Prey. I mean, there's so many superstars coming. Girls with Grit are going to be there, everyone. Come on. Next slide. And we're doing a women's breakout. They'll be speaking there. Tina Cole, Veronica, my wife. That's Kathy. Isn't she beautiful right there on the left? She puts up with me. She gets like 5 red stars. But here's the deal. The price went from $5.97 a ticket to $6.97 and went up 3 weeks ago. A lot of you didn't know that. So I've arranged for a promo code to bring it back down to $5.97. And it's before they go up to $7.97. But so if you go to the checkout, get all the way to checkout, you'll see, and you won't see this anywhere until you go all the way to checkout. This thing will come up that says staff. If you type all caps early 25, you won't have to pay $7.97 or $6.97. You're going to get it for $5.97 a ticket, which saves you $100 a person. It's like a 5-day event for $597, and that saves you $200 a couple. So, but you got to do it today. So we've arranged it for today, and there's the little code. It's a horrible hotel. Why would you want to be here? I mean, if you want to get away, you need a vacation, but more important, from 9 to 12:30 every day, we're in there. You're done at 12:30 every day. You have to go to the spa, go marlin fishing, the beach, the pool, work out with Sage Brecco. Nobody knows this. We just signed a contract with them yesterday. They are coming, Gary and Sage Brecco. If you don't know them, they are like a big, big deal. But it's the Hyatt Ziva 5-star resort, fully all-inclusive. It is absolutely amazing. Get your ticket. I'm done. Go ahead, Kevin. You're up. Thank you. Thank you.
Come on down.